joined by the fabulous Nora Staebler, who comes to us from Sitecore. She's the principal for industry value advisory. And we have the pleasure today to talk about all things AI marketing. So thank you for joining me today, Nora.
Thank you for having me.
So in this new role, 2 months in, how are you thinking about Sitecore's solutions and what they're able to offer by way of AI? And what do you think you're the most excited about?
So I'm really excited about the way AI is just enabling all of the solutions, right? So Sitecore is a leader in content.
Yes.
So the entire content creation, all the way through the delivery of that experience. And AI empowers the marketer all the way across that journey. So it is enabling every single piece of the content lifecycle. It's enabling collaboration, orchestration. It's just supercharging marketing. I mean, it really is revolutionizing what marketers are able to do.
I love that. And I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier. And as you think about it from your new lens and your vantage point of the value and the strategy around that, and with AI infused in all of the parts of that ecosystem and that life cycle, how do you think about value when you're thinking of transforming that experience?
It's a huge challenge, right? What's the ROI and how do you think about it? Because the content lifecycle and your entire marketing operations, there's so many moving parts. And when you're thinking about it, you have to look at it holistically, right? You have to look at it from the beginning all the way through, because if you start tinkering with one area, it might be really valuable if you can suddenly create campaign variations on the fly, but if you have to then go translate them into 70 different languages and that's all manual, you're not adding value, right?
I don't want that job.
You're just going to have a bottleneck. So you need to be thinking about the entire process end to end, and you need to be thinking about where you might be creating bottlenecks, and you need to be thinking about what's the value you're getting in terms of three things. So you need to think about it in terms of revenue generation, or cost savings, or time to market. And as you're playing with AI, you might get a little combination of each of those things, but you need to just identify what those metrics are and start looking at it that way before you even do anything. Otherwise, you're just going to waste your time.
Oh, and we don't have time for that.
No.
So one of my favorite topics is personalization. And I know Sitecore has some really unique offerings that can help identify different ways in which you can have a personalized experience across that entire journey that your customer is going to have.
Yep.
What are you most excited about? What are you seeing?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's a big question because we have personalization and the AI enablement all the way through. So let's start at the beginning of the content creation cycle, right? So if you are looking to create new campaigns or new assets based on things that you've done in the past, our AI, we develop with you, right? So this is a
match made in heaven.
Exactly. So our AI will allow a marketer to really take a look at past campaigns and past assets and evaluate whether or not something worked or not, and then be able to take that and tweak it, right? So there is
feedback loop.
Like a feedback loop.
I love that.
And the content creation is there to help you as well, right? It's your co-pilot. So we're not creating content that is just going to go out into the world.
Yep.
You are the person who sits there with it and takes a look at it and then can say, okay, I like this because you've got my brand voice right, because that's part of what we did is we trained it to make sure you got the right brand voice. But you can make the tone a little more formal, or you can make you can do some tweaking, right?
Yeah.
So now you've created that content, and now you want to get it out into the world. When you're actually building your website, you can do something similar, and you can play around with that. And we have built-in personalization already in the platform.
Incredible.
AI is now just taking it to the next level, right? So now you can have variants. I have this page, I'm going to tweak it a little bit, and I'm going to translate it, and now I have a couple different. So all the variant iterations is now done for you. So it saves you an incredible amount of time.
Wow. Sounds amazing. And I'm going to ask you a question on the fly because I'm so interested in your perspective on this. So now that people are doing these jobs in a different way, and they've got this new technology that kind of is a coach for them or a co-pilot, how do you think that skilling or hiring is going to change for these types of roles?
Yep. I love this question because people always get scared, right?
Yeah.
They're worried AI is going to reduce creativity. It's going to take my job away. I don't see that at all. I mean, I see this as very much increasing productivity, right? So the folks who are using this, like our marketers now, can spend their time on the really good value-added stuff and stop wasting time on things that are manual. And so from a skills perspective, I think that means you need people who are going to be able to think strategically, because they're going to have more time to think strategically.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. All right. So lastly, so as we look ahead and we see all of this AI infusion, especially for marketers and in the marketing space, what do you think retailers need to be focused on right now so that they're focusing on the right innovations that are going to drive both the short term, but set them up for success in the long term, so they don't have to kind of go back and retroactively change things?
I think a lot of them are still struggling with kind of content management right now, right? I mean, thousands of assets. How do you find things? I think AI is going to solve a lot of those problems, right? So there's going to be a lot of time savings in trying to tag and find content. So I think they're going to be able to fix some of those problems now. But going forward in the future, it's just going to hypercharge personalization, search, product discovery. Like, that is just going to get more and more sophisticated. And that's exciting to me.
So exciting. Well, thank you so much. I love the conversation. Sitecore plus Microsoft, a match made in heaven. Just think of Nora and Jen. So thank you for the time.
Thank you. It's very fun.
Thank you.